Hi guys, welcome back to Bayliner Boys. So today we're just going to install a radio, so it's going to be a short episode, but we're going to install this bad boy. So this is a standard Horizon Quest X GX1500E. Got this for an absolute bargain off Facebook Marketplace. These are worth about 260 quid and I got it for about 70 quid. So it's obviously a second-hand unit, but it looks like new. It's obviously got your microphone. I don't actually know fully how to use a radio yet.
We'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Yeah. You've got to do over in the UK. You have to do a course to get your radio operator's license, which is I think about 90 quid. So we'll do that later on. But for now, it's a necessity. If we're going to go sail on the ocean, you have to have one of these by law, so that's why I'm fitting it. So we just had a quick look. The only place we can actually put it is here, just under the steering rack mount. So that's where we're going to mount it. So what we need to do first is probably just lift up this dash out of the way, then we can look at securing it on. So now we've got this exposed, we can see all we're going to do is attach these brackets to that, because I'm assuming that's steel. I'm going to just drill a couple of holes and then just bolt it on. I don't think a screw will go through that. So I'll mark up some spots ready to drill and then we'll crack on. So we just want to make sure that I've put the dash back down for now, so I can make sure it's not going to touch it. And I think that should. We have to make sure we've got enough room for the antenna cable as well.
So we can't really see, but Jay's just penciling it, marking it up at the minute, guys. Well, you can see now.
Helps if you have a sharp pencil.
Yeah.
There we go.
Cool.
Right, so we're using obviously these little brackets. All I've got is some, no idea what size these are. They're just, oh wait, 48D. So, put that through, washer, a little spring washer, top. I don't even know if that's gone on. Can you see?
Yeah, it's on. It's on.
Nice. And then get your little nuts on. This is fiddly. I'm just going to hand tighten them for now. Cool. Right, moment of truth.
Looking good. Nice.
That's it, she's on.
Hey. Cool. That wasn't that bad.
To be fair, it's because it was a bit tight, it's actually just tightened all the brackets up anyway, so
Yeah,
that's solid.
It's not moving anywhere, is it?
No. So we just need to mount the holder now for the mic.
And then wire it up.
No, we don't need to wire it up.
It's not going to work if it's going to be a pretty looking accessory if not.
Right, I'll mount this first and then we'll get the wiring.
Wire it after. Cool.
So I'm just picking the screws off the stainless steel that are going to be the right length and size. So I'm going to go with that one. And it's going to go on here. And then on the other side is a bit of wood that's already there that I put on for the bilge pump switch. So I'm just going to go into that, which will give it that additional support that we need. I haven't even had a drink.
Nope. 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 Nope.
Probably could have put a washer on these.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda. Bit tight, yeah?
Yeah.
There we go. Right, she's on. Nice.
Decent.
Cool. That works.
So what, right, now let's get it wired up.
Wire it up.
So we have actually already got the wires up to the switch already. So I literally just need to connect the positive and negatives up. So just strip some ends off here, like so. Give them a little twisteroo. And you want your good old wire shrinking, and then we're obviously gonna get the good old heat gun on these bitches.
You could probably just direct the sun at it with a magnifying glass at this rate.
Yeah, it's a fair shout. It is absolutely
Sweltering.
cracking flags. Just let that cool down, and that's you connected up.
Okay.
Right, let's do a little test. So this is radio switch, put that on, there we go.
Hey! Look at that. She's alive! Obviously we'll need to set it up a little bit. But yeah, it's all hooked up and working.
I don't know what any of it does, but it looks like it works.
Sweet! Which is always a gamble when you get things second hand.
So yeah, there you go guys. That's how you install a radio on your belt. Thanks for tuning in. If you did like it, please press the like button, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Peace out.
Peace!
Hi guys, so we've done the horn and now we're going to fit the LED lights in the engine bay. So I've gone for 5. Again, I'll put the link in the description if you want to buy these lights. They're all, I think, the bright white or cool white. And essentially we're going to have 2 on either side and 2 back and front, and then there'll be 1 spare. I might put that somewhere else yet, I don't know. Comes with a little clear tubing, so I think that just clips in.
There we go, that's it.
So that'll offer the LED some protection from any water. Although there shouldn't be any water in the engine bay.
Ideally.
And then all I'm going to do with these is wire them up in a loop, attach it to a switch. I'm going to stick them on with some double-sided tape on the underside. These are quite strong. It's I've used these on my number plate of my vehicle just to hold it on, so I'm going to use them just to stick them on, and they don't weigh anything. So yeah, I first need to put the wiring in for a switch on the dash, and then we need to trace some wires from the fuse box, which is here under the dash, and it needs to basically go behind this wall all the way back, following the wiring loom into the engine bay. So that's the first job. So I'm going to take this wire, there should be enough, and I'm going to start feeding it up, firstly through here, so I can wire it into the fuse box via the switch, and then when it's wired up in there, I'm going to go into the engine bay. So that's what we're going to do first.
I think I'm ready.
Yeah, go on then.
Right. Should be coming through. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Can you just grab it and pull some through?
Hang on, it's kind of hard with a camera in my hand. Yeah, I got it.
That's it.
Time to start.
That should do, yeah.
Yeah, we got an off here.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. So firstly we need a positive and negative to the switch from the fuse board. So I'm just thinking we don't need it too long. Probably do it about that. Right, then we need to get this fuse board connectors. Yeah, they're fine. So I'm going to put 2 of these on each under these, just crimp them on.
Guys, that's what the finished product should look like.
So we're going to connect these up now to the next terminals on the fuse box. So obviously just to make sure the power's off for this bit, which it is. I mean, I don't even have a fuse in it, so I'm not going to get anything out of it anyway, but just push that in, connect it up. You don't need to go too tight with these, just kind of finger tight it'll do. So that's that one in, and then negative, which is right round the other side. You might struggle to see, but I'm going to get it in here. So again, just loosen up the connection, slot it in. And you're always best trying to get it behind the washer with these things, because you don't want the screw actually mashing up the connection. There we go, she's in. So now we've got these 2 wires, we're going to connect these up to the switch. Excuse me.
You are excused.
So this switch isn't going to be the one. You don't want a bright red switch on your dashboard, so I will change it for a black one. I just don't have one at the minute, so we're just going to wire these up now. So similar to what we did before, just going to push these in and then crimp them. And there we go, just crimped. It's unfortunate that this this switch doesn't actually have labels where it should go, so I'm going to try and copy off another one if I can. Not that long, so essentially it's negatives on that side, positives on the other side. No, that's fine. So put the negatives. I might have to change it around later, just depends how the switch is set up. So, and then your positive on this side. So that's now fuse protected, 12 volts. So there's no power to it at the minute, but essentially so this cable, now that we've fed through earlier, is now going to go to the engine bay and then into the lights. It's going to be on one loop system. So these are going to be wired up to there, and then the rest through the engine bay. In fact, we'll do that now. We'll wire these up to the switch while we're here. So we've got a black one, well, half black, half grey, so that's going to be as negative, and then a white stripe on grey, so that'll be as positive. Remember that. So I'll keep I'll put the red one on the positive, just so we can easily identify it if we need to. I must say, if you haven't got proper wire strippers and crimpers, absolutely worth getting one of these. This is at Hika. I think it cost me about 15 quid, and it's much better than trying to manually do it one of them, because you end up just cutting wires or stripping them, whereas this, you've seen how easy it is. So if you've got a lot of electrics to do on your boat or motorhome or car,
do yourself a favour.
yeah, buy one of these. It speeds the whole thing up so much. There's a little bit more. They're crimped, and so same side. It might not be right way round, I'm sure we'll figure it out when it's all connected up, but essentially if you're looking at it this way on, you need your positives on one side, your negatives on the other side. Connect that up. Right guys, so now we've wired the switch up, I'm going to go back under and then feed the black and grey wire through into the engine bay. So Luke, I'll need you to tell me when it comes through and just give it a little pull for me.
Yep.
And then we can start creating the circuit for the lights.
Cool.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
You want to grab them then?
Yeah.
And just keep pulling until I say stop.
I am.
Keep going. Right, stop there.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So what I've done here, guys, is put the double-sided tape on. And what I'm going to do now is just stick these on underneath the deck. So I'm going to put two on this side and two on this side. So I'm just going to crack on with that now. Okay, now we've got all of the lights secured up. There's one there, there's one there, and then one there. So now we just need to get the wire in. I'm basically just going to follow the wire around and then just connect it up all the way around until it comes back. So all I'm going to do is just split the wire and then connect, so your negative there and then your positive on this one, and then I'm going to do the same all the way around. So I just need to split there, which I'll do now actually. Again, this is why you need one of these tools, because it makes this part really easy. There you go, and that's it, it's just split. Strip the end of this one. There we go. And what I've done here, I've just done a little bit extra because I'm going to wrap it around and then I'm just going to tape it. So you're going to get the bit that you've just split, so that's that there, and then just wrap it around so it makes that connection like so. And this just saves having to cut, solder or even heat gun wires back together. I'm just going to open that up a little bit more and just used a bit of electrical tape here, and that is that, and that's all you need. So I'm just going to repeat the process for this wire, obviously making sure that you basically insulate it with that tape, because otherwise if you get them both touching, it's just not going to short out and it's not going to work. So we're just getting this last one done, and then I'm going to secure our wires so they're out of the way. But what I have done is left a little bit extra, because the fifth light that we've got, I think I'm going to put it here so it lights up the top of the engine, so if I ever need to get into it on a night time, there's enough wire there to just wire that in. But I'm not going to put the other light on until I've fixed that mess. I'm just going to secure that up. And all I'm using to secure it is because there's no, I don't want to start drilling holes, and there isn't places to tie up all of it, so I've just got some Gorilla tape which is strong as shit. So that's that secured, and sweet. That's it all on.
Right, let's test it. Moment of truth.
Moment of truth. So I'm just going to put a 10 amp fuse in it. You shouldn't need anything more than that because they're only LED lights. So bob that in there. He says.
We in?
She's in. If you can go flick the furthest switch on it.
Do.
Clockwise. There we go. So we've got power.
Oh.
Moment of truth. Let's flick the switch.
No.
Yeah, no. So it might be that I've got the switch the wrong way around. So all the fuses. So the first attempt didn't work, and I realised I'd completely messed up this switch. But essentially, I needed to take the negatives out of the switch, and I've just joined the negatives up. So we've got a negative coming from the lights, and then it goes straight to the fuse box from there. And then all that is on the switch is a positive line. So positive line, switch, and then to the fuse board. I knew I'd got something wrong, but it's now wired up right. So pass you over to Luke, who's gonna sort the switch on that end.
Alright, we ready?
Yeah, so if you switch main power's on.
3,
Clockwise.
2, 1.
Clockwise. Got a blur on there. So now click the switch.
Ooh. Hey! There we go. Nice cool blue. Yeah, I like that.
So now that'll
Very
help
nice.
us when we need to do some work on engine, if it's dark, especially if we're out on water and something goes wrong.
You
Or even
can
just working on the night time.
Yeah, just have a look, see what the hell we're doing now. Obviously, there'll be one more on here as well, just below, like looking like onto the engine itself. But that comes a little bit later.
Looks like something off Pimp My Ride. But yeah, that looks good.
Very snazzy.
You just need a nice coat of paint
Yeah,
just to finish it off now.
Especially that corner down there.
So that's it for this episode, guys. Thanks for tuning in again. And if you need anything or if you've got any questions, then let us know in the comments. Bye for now.
Peace.